a review of my Porsche 996. This isn't my first Porsche. I've had two Porsches before. I had two Boxers, and even though a lot of people don't like Boxers, I like the Boxer. It's a nice car, and I'm thinking of getting another one in the future. Anyway, this is my first Porsche 996, and what do I think of it all in all? I think it's a great car. A lot of Porsche purists don't like its front end. I don't know what's wrong with these people. I think it looks amazing. It was Porsche's first step towards modernizing the Porsche 911 during its day. I think it was a great step. I don't care what Porsche purists think. I think it looks good. Porsche purists don't like its interior design. I think it looks good, and I think its interior has stood the test of time. You know, I've had a lot of cars where of this age where all it takes is just pushing on the dash too hard, or being too firm with the dash and pushing it, and it would crack. That's all it would take. The dash on this car thankfully has stood the test of time, and its interior has stood the test of time. All in all, it feels like a well-built car. Feels good. The way my friend put it to me, even before I bought my first Porsche, and this is a guy that builds, has worked in high horsepower race cars, and he still owned a Porsche that wasn't a really powerful or fast Porsche, but he said that he likes Porsche because, and this is the way he put it, he says every inch of it feels right. The way it creeps forward, the way it goes back, the way the steering wheel turns left and right, every inch of it feels right. And I did not understand what he meant by it until I got a Porsche myself, and he's right. The way it creeps forward, every inch of it, the way it moves back, the way it just drives, the way it handles, every inch of it feels good. You feel good when you drive it. You want to drive it again. I've had more powerful and more faster cars that did not give me the same feel. I drive them, get back home, and think to myself, I don't want to drive it again. But with this car and with every other Porsche I've owned, you feel like you want to drive again. You want to go, you want to make up excuses just to go and drive. You tell your wife, I want to go to the store, we need something, even though you don't need anything, but you still make up excuses to go out and drive, and that's just because it feels good. What about its power and speed? Down low, it doesn't have a lot of torque. It doesn't have a lot of get up and go down low. You know, when you mash the throttle, when you put your foot down on the throttle, it doesn't have a lot of torque. You know, not like a lot of cars that I've owned and driven. I've driven Corvette Z06s, I've had Trans Ams, I've had LS1, LS2, LS3, LS7 cars, and they had a lot of torque to them down low. This one doesn't. But it's not to say that it's not a powerful or fast car. Past 60 miles an hour, it almost feels like it slingshots you past 60 miles an hour, and then the speed really builds up, and you've got to have your eyes on the speedometer, because you could get into triple digit speeds very quickly, which could not be a good thing. You could get into trouble with the law. So you got to have your eyes on the speedometer, because it could get away quick and you might not even feel it. That's the thing. When you drive a Porsche, you can go fast and it doesn't feel like you're going fast. The car doesn't shake, doesn't vibrate, and that's what I think makes it a Porsche. That's the good side to it. Now let's get into the cons of the car. This is an honest and unbiased review, and I'm an honest and fair person. I've given it its good points, and now I've got to get to its negative points. Its negative side is its reliability. I've taken a gamble on this car. You know, its reputation isn't so good. It isn't so horrible, but it isn't so good. A lot of people have had issues with IMS and other issues, you know. I've had one personal issue with this car, which is a coolant fitting that snapped off just by me touching it. a plastic coolant fitting that snapped just by me touching it. Now, this is a crucial part. This is a part that's responsible for the car's coolant system. And by me touching it and it snapping it, it just goes to show that it didn't use quality material. And after it snapped and I took it off, it crumbled in my hands like Cheetos chips. Just like chips would crumble in your hands. I mean, I've had chips that was stronger than this part, and this is a crucial part. I replaced it with a steel part, but nevertheless, I cannot give this car a reliability score of higher than a 6.5 or 7, just based on this one experience. I mean, just based on this, I cannot give it a higher than a 6.5 or a 7. But I mean, I've had less reliable cars. I've had BMWs. I had a BMW 3 Series car that was a horrible car, horrible reliability. I mean, this one's higher up on the scale. I mean, it's not excellent. I've had Lexus cars. This isn't Lexus reliability, but it's not that bad. I mean, it's not that bad. I would still give it a 6.5 or a 7. Whereas the BMWs that I've owned, I would give not more than a 3. So this still gets a 6.5 or a 7. So all in all, I'd give this car an 8 out of 10. It still feels good. You still enjoy driving it. You make up excuses to go to the store. You make up excuses to go out and drive it. That means that you know, somewhere along the line Porsche did get it right. So I still enjoy this car and I like it, and I look forward to owning another 996. I'm planning on getting a 996 turbo somewhere down the line, so it's still a good car. I'm pleased with it. I took a gamble, and thank God, I mean, thankfully, I'm pleased with the car. That's all I've got to say. I don't want to ramble on for too long. I mean, this is my first car review. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. I promise I'm gonna have plenty more car reviews, tips on fixing cars, I mean tricks on fixing cars. Like, subscribe, comment, and I promise I'll have many more car reviews going. Thank you.